How much is Unobtainium worth? Because, like, if you really think about it, this is like a multi-billion-dollar project.
Ryder, we just got word that Falco's gone rogue. Damn it! We let him right through! Hurry, there's still time to...
Keep your guard. Maybe another attack.
Time for the big boy.
Oh, shit. Wrong button. To this one? No, it's personal files, right? Tutorials. Move, up, down, shoot. Cycle weapons? Get out of the water, because apparently you don't move very well in the water. Couldn't even see where you were coming from.
We were hoping you'd show up. I'm afraid Falco gave us a slip. The Navi built the village high up onto the wall. It's too dangerous for us to move in our Scorpion. We can bring down that wall.
Yes, it's the exact same fucking thing as last time. We're gonna go the long way around too. Excuse me there, soldier. Hey, you guys have fun with that. I'm just gonna keep moving on. Say, go away. Leave me alone.
Look, they're out there! Kill them! Cover fire now!
Gonna hold off the Na'vi for like 5 minutes? Are you kidding me, man? Trying to stay in this thing as long as possible. A lot going on here. All right. I'm just saying, if the objective's complete, they should fuck off. Are they just gonna keep coming? Alright, I'm... A mouse key. Oh, for fuck's sake. Seriously, still? There's still like 30 of these fuckers around here. Like, what the hell? Defend for the Na'vi for like 55 minutes, and it's like, there's still a million of them here. Say, did I not reach a safe zone?
Now that's what I'm talking about. Now we can take it to the roof. Falco's headed for the Well of Souls. Take the dragon.
Just a bunch of dead corpse everywhere. Also, I don't feel like taking it to the blues. Like, that kind of line comes off a little potentially racist, I guess. I don't know. Oh, cycle through weapons. Oh, I just want to see credit scrolls so bad. I was hoping there's an ammo cache nearby, but apparently not. Aha!
Glad to see you. Falco, stop!
It's too late, I did it.
Forget it, Ryder.
You're gonna kill us all.
Listen to you. The new recruit fresh from Earth. I've been working on this for over 10 years. This is my moment right now. So if it doesn't work, I'll see you on the other side.
We just shoot him, right? I mean, he's got some hops on him. Oh, he hit me with my trick. Simple enough. Most of the boss fights in this game are super easy and kind of lame. Some of you can literally just stand still and hold the shoot down, the trigger down.
place is glowing like a baseball stadium. What the hell did you do?
I'm not sure.
Whatever you did, it worked. The Na'vi are making a quick retreat. I'm getting reports they lost control of their banshees. That make sense to you?
Yeah, it actually does.
Congrats, Ryder. You're gonna be a hero for this. Now get your butt down here, and that dragon better be spotless.
Ryder,
That you, Grace?
I heard we lost Kendra, but you need to know you did the right
Wait,
thing.
Kendra's dead?
I hope it was all worth it.
How'd she die?
This better bring
You've
peace.
stopped a catastrophe, but this isn't over. We can't keep control of Awa for long, nor should we. And we've got more shipments of humans due to arrive. War is inevitable.
So what was this all for?
Awa needed to see what we're capable of. And now she knows. Next time, she'll be ready.
Okay. Fucking lame. Oh. Super lame. If you're gonna play this, just pick a side, preferably the Na'vi side, and just play that. The human side is so stupid. It's so lame. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I finished the Na'vi side, I think I said I'd give the game like a 6 out of 10. Like, it's pretty fun. Yeah, it's repetitive, whatever. Playing the human side literally is making me drop my rating down to like a 4.5 out of 10. And my reasoning is because it's so fucking lazy and so fucking boring that it just becomes a fucking chore and a headache to play. Like, I literally was getting to the point with this game where I was like, I cannot wait to just see the credits roll because it's so unnecessary to play the human side. Yeah, it's two different stories. The Na'vi side makes more sense. It's better. It's the preferred experience in my opinion. So the idea of Avatar, the movie, right? The whole purpose of the movie is that it's a moral lesson of colonization and deforestation and fracking and other things like that. Environmental hazards that humans put onto the planet, right? And how we not only destroy the natural wildlife, but in the sense of back in the colonization period, how we destroyed the natives, like Native Americans. That's the whole point of the story. That's the whole thing with Avatar. So as you go through the movie, you're with Jake Sully, you see him turn from this Marine into a Na'vi who believes in the Na'vi and falls for their ways. And I don't mean falls in like he got duped, but like he's like sees that their way is better than the way we're doing. And humans are the evil entities that are causing all this mayhem and destruction. The game takes that route with the Na'vi side, and it's okay. It's really forced to switch because you're on the Pandora for like, what, 1 day when you get to choose to be a Na'vi, and then you're just all in the whole time on the Na'vi side. But it's okay, right? It represents the story of the movie, and it continues forward. The Marine side is so weird because when you choose to stay on the Marine side, you basically just choose to be with the villains of this universe's story, right? You just choose to be the villain. And as the film goes on, as the game goes on and the story develops, you basically realize, oh no, we're still kind of the bad guy, but really the bad guy is Falco. So it still boils down, and they even have a part at the end. It's like, are you sure you don't want to join the Na'vi? Because like the Na'vis are the good guys, and you're like, well, I already did the Na'vi walkthrough, so I'm gonna just stick with this. And so you play through. It just has a lackluster ending where it's just like, where literally the character's like, what's the point of this? And the thing's like, AWOL need to know what we're capable of, which is the whole point of the Na'vi and the whole point of the movie. It kind of undermines that part of the movie where Jake Sully goes to AWOL and has like a heart-to-heart with AWOL and was like, hey, yeah, look into my memories, look into Grace's memories, and realize what we are capable of. We need your help. And then this movie's like, this game's like, no, AWOL already knows what we're up to. So it kind of undermines that line of the movie. Also, it's really strange because the game obviously ties in with the movie, right? Because we have a lot of the same characters. It's clearly set as a prequel to the movie. but there's this large world Pandora-wide scale conflict that we're involved with the Na'vi. That's not the case in the movie. The case in the movie is the movie presents it like we don't have contact with the Na'vi right now, other than like when we're doing stuff, they sometimes like shoot arrows and stuff at us. That's what the movie's presenting. Like the movie's presenting that we used to have a good connection with the Na'vi. Grace had her school, but as time went on, those connections fell through, and that was kind of the end of it, right? But like this is like, no, we're having like a large planetary scale war with the Na'vi, and it's like, well, you're kind of reminding the story to the movie then. It's kind of clashing with continuity. As for the game itself, like, it's super lazy. The whole time I was playing the Na'vi side, like, I like the fact that it opens up excuse me, it opens up you're a human to join the Avatar program, and you know, you are kind of playing as both, and then you end up picking a side. I kind of wish they would have done the pick the side a little later into the story. Would have made that turn a little bit more impactful. But like once you start as the Na'vi and you're on that Na'vi side, every level boils down to the same thing. You're dropped into a map. You have to go from point A to point B. Point B always being on the opposite end of wherever you're at. You got to trek your way through it, kill a horde of enemies, interact with something, fetch something, or potentially kill something, and then you got to march your way back, killing everybody along the way. And so as the Na'vi side progressed, it's like the same thing. Each chapter, each level being, you need to go to collect 3 shards, then you need to tune it with the harmonic tree, and then you need to come back, play your song, and then you move on to the next one. And you do that until you have all the songs for AWA or whatever, and then you go fight the last boss or whatever, and AWA helps you. That's the whole Na'vi story, right? Well, the human side of the story is exactly the same fucking thing. You're just a human. You go to some different maps, which is cool. The Na'vi side, you're playing more where humans have kind of colonized, have started like deforestation and stuff. So that's cool. And then on the human side, you play a lot more in the jungle, in the thick of things. So it's cool that they did like design different levels for both sides of the story. But the story to the human side is exactly the same. You drop into a map, you go collect 3 shards. Occasionally, as you're collecting shards, you have to do an additional task, which boils down to fetching something, blowing something up, or killing something. That's it. And then you go collect the shard. And then you go tune it. You go back to the doctor analyzes it. You talk to Falco. Boom. You're back to your next mission. And that's rinse and repeat until the end of it. It's exactly the same. It's the same story even. It's like everything is exactly the same. All the characters, like Batista is basically Bayamo. The one guy is basically the other guy. Falco is basically Tangela. They're just carbon copies of each other, just replacing the skins and some names. And as you're playing through the human side, which benefit is shorter than the Na'vi side, you're just playing through this, just going like, I hate this. When you play as a Na'vi, the humans shred you. The humans are overly strong against you at first. As you get toward the end of the game, you become a lot stronger, and you can kind of tank them a little bit better, right? Not with the human side. The human side, yeah, you do tank up, you get some better weapons, but the Na'vi get so many powers, so many additional nonsense. The turning invincible for a few frames, that invisibility thing where they bounce around and everything, that is so frustrating when you're fighting like 5 to like 20 of these Na'vi, and they all have that ability, and so you're just getting whacked left and right with sticks, getting surrounded, because you can't do anything to them because they're invincible, because they have some kind of weird power up that makes them invincible for a while. And the thing is, like, too, is you trek through all these worlds, and thankfully it does give you some vehicles to run through the worlds with, which is kind of nice, because and you can just bypass fighting sections. And that's what I ended up doing, was just bypassing fighting sections, because I was just so tired of this game and so bored with it that I was like, I just need to get to the end of this thing. So I just started bypassing sections. I started doing it at the end of Na'vi when I was feeling like it was overstaying its welcome a little bit. And with the human side, I pretty much did it majority of the campaign because the amount of enemies in your way onto your next checkpoint is a fucking chore. My least favorite thing when it comes to a video game is when I sit down to play a video game and it feels like a chore to do the objectives. And that is exactly what this game does. It becomes a fucking chore after a while because it's repetitive. You're doing the exact same tasks on both sides of the story, and you have to fight mountains upon mountains upon mountains of enemies to get to the next checkpoint, and then they just make you travel all the way back for no fucking reason. Yeah, there's fast travel checkpoints in the game, but they almost hardly ever coincide with where you have to go. They save a little bit of travel, but hardly any travel. You still have to like travel really far to go anywhere. I feel like I'm peaking a little bit in my microphone. So yeah, it's like you have to still travel super far. Back traveling and stuff. Like this game's gameplay, if you literally just whenever you finish the objective just got auto transported back, would be like halved just because of the amount of travel time. Now I'm curious, does it have another... Nope, you can't go back. Alright, so the RDA side's about an hour shorter than the Navi side overall. So that's worth noting. But yeah, that was Avatar the game. If you're going to play this, like this is not that bad of a game. There's things in here I like. For one, I do like the level designs. I hate how they make you traverse the levels. I hate how they set up the objectives in the levels. But the maps themselves are not bad by any means. They're not, they can get a little confusing, but they're not super confusing. They're intricate in a weird way. When you get to like fly over the maps, you know, in either the Icarons or like the dragons or scorpions or whatever, when you're flying over, like, and you get to see everything, it's fucking cool. Like, it's really cool. Pandora is a very interesting world with a very neat ecology, which of course the game doesn't develop the ecology hardly at all. They basically have the same things spread throughout the entire world ad nauseum, but it's still cool to see some of that, see some of Pandora that we didn't see in the movie, you know, especially like flying over the world. It's like for a 2009 movie tie-in game, when you're flying over some of these worlds, yes, you have drop frame rates, yes, you have screen tearing, yes, you have pop-in textures, but the amount of stuff that is on screen as you're flying over for a 2009 movie tie-in game is kind of impressive. Visually, there's some impressive like lighting in this. Sure, the game doesn't look the best, but it doesn't look awful either. And again, you got to consider this is a 2009 game. It does not look terrible by any means. I really enjoyed some of the lighting in some of the areas. It's very vibrant and bright. Lot of like array of color, especially like Lost Cathedral on the human side, and then there was the one on the Navi side where you're like going through like the incandescent area that just was honestly stunning. Musically, it's okay. It's a video game score. It doesn't feel like the music from the movie, which the score to the movie is actually pretty good. And there is some issues with music choppiness, like it's not rendering in right, so it's kind of like out like this, you know. Voice acting was it's alright, serviceable. It's just the writing and the way they make you go through this game's objectives is really the biggest issue. Gameplay wise, it's stiff. It's not the best third-person action shooter I've ever played, but by no means is it terrible. It's functional. It works well enough. I like the fact that the skill tree seems kind of pointless because, like, you know, you don't really get to, like, pick what you do with your skills. But, like, I like the fact that it just auto, when you did level up, it just auto included all the new stuff to your character. It just auto updated you, you know, which is cool. I like the little skill things you have available. I like that you don't have a skill tree. That it's just like, you can do this or you can do this. It's simple, but it's effective. The guns are all pretty cool. I didn't try out every gun. I mainly just found a combo that I liked and stuck with it. But they worked well. The hack and slash part, the action part of the Na'vi side worked well. I mean, it's the same move set. It's like, what, 2 or 3 movements, rinse and repeat. But it worked well enough. But it just boils down to the writing. The terrible writing that contradicts with the movie. And the terrible game design, in the sense of game design as in your level objectives and what you do per level. It's rinse and repeat, lazy, boring, and super frustrating and very chory. So if you play this, like I said, just pick one side and just be done with it. If you like this game, play both sides. For me, if I would ever, I'm probably never going to come back to it, but like looking back, I wish I would have just played the Na'vi side and called it done and moved on with my life. Going back and playing the Marine side did hurt my overall experience because it's so repetitive, it's so incredibly lazy that it kind of broke a little bit of the facade that the game was trying to sell. And honestly, like, the story to the Marine side just kind of lame. Like, at least on the Na'vi side, you have that little iota of doing the right thing, being the good guy, where on the human side, you're just constantly mowing down people, and it's questionable, your actions as you go throughout the story. And like I said, with it being a rinse and repeat Na'vi, it just got super old and tiresome. So if it was just the Na'vi experience, 6 out of 10. Overall experience, I'll be kind, 5 out of 10. I'll be kind to it. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. But that's been Avatar, the game. I've completed it. Now I can start working on the episode for screen to console for this, and start to hopefully get that video out. I want to get it out by Monday, but we'll see. It's already Tuesday. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you want to watch me play games live, you can head over to Twitch. There'll be a link in the description below. If you want to watch the video that I'm talking about, this screen to console, if I remember, I'll try to link them in all the Avatar episodes, but also there would be a link in the description of my movie channel, and it'll be there whenever it's done. I will catch you later. Take it easy. Peace.